Bienvenidos a otra entrevista en Las Sorpresas. Mi nombre es Andrea y me encuentro aquí con Trey.
Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm in the middle of working on my Sonic cosplay right now, but
Mm.
I'm doing pretty good. I just got back from Houston.
Oh, and how was it?
It was fun. I was there for Comic Palooza. It's my first convention in 2 years now, so hopefully I can start doing more. But no, that was super fun.
That's great. Great to see that you're back in it. And can you give us a little introduction of you?
So hi, my name is Trey. I also go by the regular Sauce or just Sauce. I'm known for making cosplays and stuff. That's my entire thing. I just make cosplays. Here's one of my latest creations, Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm known for my work at Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'm doing other things too. Really, I guess I have a YouTube channel, I have an Instagram, I post about my cosplay, sometimes I do tutorials. I guess that's just me.
Okay, great. So, Trey, how did you get into cosplay and making the costumes?
So my first Comic Con, which was Alamo City Comic Con here in San Antonio, Texas, I was like 8 or 9, and I had a Luigi costume for Halloween, right? And this was like in the middle of summer. So my dad was like, "Oh, they wear costumes there." And I was like, "Oh, I'll wear Luigi." And I wore Luigi, and I made like a vacuum, Luigi's vacuum from Luigi's Mansion. I made that. So I just spray painted a vacuum red, and I added backpack straps, and everybody loved it. And from that point on, I was like, I want to start doing more of this. So I just started building more from there. I'd consider my first actual like cosplay, like that was meant to be an actual cosplay, Sans from Undertale. I haven't shown any pictures of that, and I kind of don't intend to. It's a dark part of my life, despite being my first cosplay, and it also just looks bad. So I, I guess I've been doing it since I was like 9. And I guess Luigi got me into it technically, and I am gonna do another Luigi costume eventually, just because of that.
Oh, I want to see it. That sounds fun. And how did you learn to do that, to make cosplay?
So really, I learned everything off of YouTube tutorials or whatever. Everything's on YouTube and on the internet nowadays. So specifically, I wanted to make Sans, right? And there was I'm gonna go off of Sans because that was my first thing. There was a paper mache Sans head tutorial, and I followed it and I made it. And then eventually, when I wanted to build Freddy Fazbear, my first Freddy Fazbear, I saw Fursuit tutorials, and Fursuit tutorials where I started learning more of my stuff. The furry community is an awesome community, and I got in there and they taught me a lot of my stuff I know now. Um, and in the cosplay community too, there's a lot of people you can just ask and get around like that. And that's how I started, just by watching YouTube or whatever. Like I said, my dad showed me a tiny bit of just how materials work, but really it was just mostly YouTube.
Oh, cool. And what was the most difficult part or thing to learn?
Uh, I don't know. There's different facets of cosplay that can be pretty hard to learn. I'd say personally my hardest thing to learn, and I still haven't learned it, is working with EVA foam, which is a dense kind of foam they use for armor. I haven't learned it completely yet. I'm trying to learn it. It's it's a process. It's very expensive too, so it's any failure takes a while to bounce back from because you have to spend more money on it. But as of now, that's kind of my hardest thing to learn, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one out there that's having problems with that too.
And what was the easiest thing to learn?
Uh, I don't know. That's a good question. Painting? I got pretty good at painting pretty fast. Painting is pretty simple. Use it for everything. I kind of caught on to it, pretty fast because my sister is a painter and she kind of taught me some basics. So, I kind of learned painting the easiest, I'd say.
Oh, that's nice. And isn't it difficult to shape in the right parts of the costume, or you don't?
Shade?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
so,
some people.
so you mean like with painting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I use an airbrush, which is basically just like I don't know if you know what an airbrush is. It's like spray paint, but you can use acrylic paint, here, I'm gonna plug my sponsor, but I use this brand of paint. This is from Apple Barrel. Works super well with airbrush. And with Springtrap, that's what I did for him. There is just very subtle shading around like the, his eyelids, eyebrows, like underside of his mouth. You can see how it gets darker. And it's really not hard to shade at all. You just mix different colors, put different layers, and it starts looking good over time. It's not very hard at all, especially with airbrush. Airbrush is it's something super easy to get into, and you can learn a lot pretty fast. So that's kind of my opinion on shading things.
Cool. And what's the best part of cosplaying or making the cosplays?
Okay, so cosplaying in general, best part is seeing people's reactions, making people happy. I mean, people love to see Springtrap, even online. People are like, "Oh, it's Springtrap in real life," and I'm like, "Yes." And it's fun to see people's reactions. It's super awesome, and being part of a community, especially the cosplay community, and just kind of getting to make people's days by building stuff is awesome. That's my favorite part about cosplaying. My favorite part about building stuff is the gratification of seeing things come together. Like, you literally start from nothing sometimes, just like a couple of rolls. I could literally start from like a big roll of this kind of foam, and it'll make a Springtrap eventually. It's a very gratifying process to see everything come together, and that's my favorite part about building stuff.
And what's the worst part of both things?
Worst part about cosplaying, like in public, I'd say there will always be some weird people at Comic Cons, and there will always be some weird people around. I haven't had many bad experiences, and I hope nobody else does. But there was this one time somebody tried to follow me around in a cosplay in a Comic Con, but they just wanted attention. It wasn't anything too crazy. Worst part about making stuff is how long it takes. I have a very short attention span, so I need to keep myself hyper fixated to whatever character I'm working on over the span of however long it is. I mean, with Springtrap, it was easy because I love Five Nights at Freddy's. With Sonic, it's easy because, I love Sonic. So it's really depending on what I'm building. But that's kind of the hardest part for me, to just stay attached to whatever I'm building and, not lose interest.
And how much time does it take you to make one full cosplay?
Springtrap, I'm going to use Springtrap as an example. It took me about 3 or 4 months, that's usually how long it takes. I built my Glitch Trap suit, which I sold now to Ishiniki, who is a Japanese FNAF YouTuber. That took about like a month and a half, 2 months. It just depending on the complexity of everything and if I'm new to exactly what the character has to offer or whatever. With Springtrap, it took a while because I was doing commissions and doing different things, and there was a lot of things going on. I had school too, so it was just if I had the, I guess, motivation to build something, and I had all the materials and money, I could build it in a couple of weeks. But as of the way everything works, as of like right now, it'll take me about 4 months to build a cool costume.
That's a lot. And talking about cosplaying, how do you travel with the big cosplays?
What do you mean, like big cosplays?
I mean Springtrap or Sonic. How do you travel with them? You said you went to Houston.
I guess they're not too big, honestly. I mean, also the thing about these costumes, not Springtrap's head, that's 3D printed, but I build them out of foam, so they're able to just kind of be squished down a tiny bit, and I can move them around pretty easily. I mean, I can fit Springtrap and my Pyro costume in the back of a backseat of a car and take it to Houston, and all fine. A character like Sonic with his gigantic head, I probably struggle moving him around very far. But I guess it's really about not making anything gigantic. But like my biggest suit, Twisted Freddy, I could still take him in the bed of my dad's truck to anywhere. Though he would fill up the entire, truck, I could take him. So, it's just, I don't know. I mean, the truck can take most things around. I guess that's my answer to that. It doesn't get very hard to transport things.
And what's your creation process?
Okay. So I'm going to use Springtrap as an example again. So basically, usually it's if I like a character a lot, I'll be like, I want to make this character into a cosplay, and I do. With my first Springtrap, I did that, and I wasn't very happy with it after time because I could do a lot better now. So one night, I had a dream about making a new Springtrap with legs that had gears on them, and I was like, I want to build Springtrap again. So I built Springtrap again, and really that's my creative process. I'm like, okay, sometimes I come with an idea in a dream or something. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to draw this on paper. And I draw it out, come up with a few ideas, throw out a few ideas if they work or don't work. And I start building it. I usually don't try to overthink, I guess, the specifics of something too much, which I need to change because overthinking about certain things, like, okay, I guess not overthinking in the sense like, there's too much going on, but overthinking in the sense like, from the beginning, you have a very good idea of what you want the whole thing to look like, is very good. I don't really work like that. I work like, okay, I have an idea. I'm going to build a few things, and I'm going to put them together and see if I can make them work. And then I'll keep on building and making them look, good. And that's just kind of my creative process. I know it's a lot different from other people's creative processes. Probably not as effective. I'm still working on it. I'm still a beginner. I'm still not a master at what I do yet. I'm still learning. I'm still learning a lot. So I wouldn't be able to call myself like, oh, I know this for certain or know this for certain because I really don't. But I'm learning, and over time I'll do more YouTube tutorials and actually like put out things that I know will work. Because I want to teach people how to make cosplays, but as of right now, I'm not exactly the most confident in my abilities, but I'm learning.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's why you have so little, well, relatively little tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what do you think you should improve on?
Think what?
What do you think you should improve on?
There's a lot of different things. It's just I need to improve on the way like I said, my process of thinking. I need to have better ideas of what I want a full costume to look like. And just a lot of different things. I just got to get neater with my builds. I got to learn how to paint a little bit better. I can improve on everything. I'm still a beginner, like I said. There's room for improvement in everything, and there's always going to be room for improvement. You can never be perfect at something. That's just how it is. But you can learn to be as perfect as you can try to be. I don't know if that made sense. That kind of sounded bad, but you can push yourself to however, until you think that you're good enough. And usually when you're at that level, you're good to everybody else. So, I'm still at that level where I'm like learning a lot about my own process and how my mind works and how I can build things. And, it's, I can't really just sum up what I need to improve on in like a few things, because there's a lot I can improve on, and I will improve eventually.
Nice. Talking about the cosplays again, how do you put, for example, Springtrap on?
How do I pull them off? Like the whole thing?
Yeah.
So, okay, so that was kind of just a, I guess it was foam, obviously foam, polyfoam, EVA foam. I had an idea. I was like, okay, my first Springtrap costume, it was just full polyfoam, which is very soft foam. I don't have any here with me, but it's a very soft foam, and I was like, I could make them a little bit more rigid, a little bit better, last longer. So I started coming up with ideas for EVA foam. Then my sponsor, Cosfoam Cosplay Supplies, they generously sent me some EVA foam to work with, and they helped me sponsor the second Springtrap build. And I guess, really, I guess that's just kind of how that happened, because the biggest part about making anything come to life is getting the materials. So, special thanks to them, Coscom Cosplay Supplies, for actually, helping me get some of that foam. Because otherwise, I would have spent hundreds of more dollars on foam, and I wouldn't have had it done it fast. So I guess that's how we can say I pulled him off.
And isn't it uncomfortable to wear?
It's actually pretty comfortable to wear. The foam, like I said, is usually super soft, and I form it to my body, so it usually isn't too tight. It just fits. Only part that gets uncomfortable to wear, the head, because it's a little bit heavy. but over time you get used to it. So, it's not super uncomfortable. Where it's good, I think.
And does it have a zipper, or how did you get in?
Okay. So he split into a few different parts. So his, I guess, legs are pants. So it's got the pelvis, the thighs, and the bottom part of the legs. I forgot what they're called. Calves? I don't know. It's got those parts. It's like a pants. It's like I put it over like overalls. I put it on like that, and then the torso and the arms are all connected, and those are on a zipper. So I reach in like a gigantic jacket or whatever, and then my dad zips the back or whatever, or whoever zips the back, and then the hands go on like gloves, and the shoes just go on like shoes, and then the head. It's got I'd show off the head, but it's a little bit broken right now. But basically, it's got like a strap I need to pull down over my jaw, and I put the rest of the head on, and then it just folds on like this, and whenever I move my jaw, it moves the jaw of the character.
Like a helmet.
Yep, exactly. It's exactly a helmet. That's how I designed it.
Oh, cool. And you modeled your own parts of the costumes, don't you?
So, okay, so it depends on what exactly. The Springtrap head model here is based off the FNAF VR model, so I can't say I made it from scratch. I just made it so I could print it, and I put animatronics in it. So I mean, the only parts I really did model was the inside of the skeleton. I made out an actual helmet, like the inside of Afton's head. I made an actual helmet. I added parts to actually make things work mechanically. Like the jaw is on a hinge now on the side of the head. Removed a lot of the parts here at the bottom that clip. I modeled the eyes to be animatronic. Really, it's just adding parts to the pre-existing Springtrap head model to make it work in a cosplay setting. And so it wasn't too difficult. I'm learning how to model my own things now, though.
Yeah, I saw some photos in your Instagram about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was pretty interesting.
Oh no, it's super cool. I need to do more videos about it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. How does it work, the jaw and Springtrap?
I might be able to try them on. Let me see. Okay.
Oh,
so basically, okay, I don't know if you can make this out, but this piece right here is the part that goes to my jaw. And if you can see, there are two pieces right here that connect to this jaw. So it's all moving, right? So whenever I move my jaw, it moves the jaw of his head. Okay, yeah, okay. Can't really see it that well, but it moves the jaw.
I can see it. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
how did you came up with that?
So I actually was inspired by a few different people. Specifically this Tumblr page called FNAF Bot. They've been making fun. Oh, they made FNAF stuff. They kind of stopped, but they were an engineer, and they kind of gave out some of their ideas of how they could make FNAF heads work. And so they posted about it, and I was like, I'm going to use that. So I used it. I came up with an idea. I improved upon it. I just kind of made it so it's all self-contained compared to their original design. But really, that's all the cosplay is. Everybody shares ideas and everybody uses ideas, and you make ideas better to however you need to use them. And that's why being a cosplayer is such a cool thing, because there's a lot of different people who do different things, and you can talk to them and figure out what they do, and they'll help you if they're good people. And there's a lot of good people out there, and I'm willing to help anybody that's really interested in what I do. But I get a lot of questions every day about what exactly I do, and I can't just be like, the most frequent question I get actually is, okay, I'm going off on a tangent, but the most frequent question I get is tips. I can't really just give tips on cosplay because there's a lot of different things that I can give tips on. But if anybody needs any specific help, I can try my best to help with anything like, oh, how do I get the animatronic system to work? Or, oh, how do I get this to work? Or, what did you do for this? Usually I can try to help like that.
Oh, thanks. Sounds like a nice community.
Oh, no, it definitely is. It definitely is.
And the eyes, wasn't it difficult to get them to turn on and move?
To put Springtrap on?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah, I made them specifically so I could wear them, and transport them easily, wear them easily, be comfortable to wear. So he's not hard to put on at all.
Cool. Okay. And you talked about a commission you recently made.
So as of right now, at this exact moment, I don't really do commissions. What I do is I'll make and sell props, and I used to sell them off of Etsy, but now I sell them off of just my Instagram and Twitter. So whenever I'm making something, I'll be like, oh, I'm making this, and I'll post it on my story, and I'll sometimes post about it, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna sell this for this much. If you're interested, DM me. And usually, if anybody DMs me, I sell it through PayPal. They'll pay me through PayPal, I'll ship it to them, and they get it, and they have a cool prop. And that's how I'm working right now, because commissions are a little bit too much for my schedule, like working on very custom things. But I do plan to at least open commissions sooner or later. I do know that at the end of this year I am gonna do a custom head giveaway on my YouTube channel, like a custom built cosplay head. Because I promised everybody when I hit 30,000 subscribers I would do that, and I'm at 80,000 right now, so I kind of owe everybody. So I'm gonna do that at the end of the year, and that's kind of gonna be like a free commission, I guess, to whoever wins that, 'cause it's gonna be a giveaway.
Oh, cool. And isn't it difficult to make a commission, like for someone that isn't where you are?
Oh no, so that's why I'm kind of straying away from commissions. I don't do full body commissions. I don't intend to, because full body commissions, there's a lot of things that could go wrong. Like if it doesn't fit them, they don't give me the right measurements, and it doesn't end up fitting them. I sent them a full costume I spent like months on that doesn't even work. So I don't want to risk that right now. I'm not at the point in my life where I'm just gonna be able to make that that kind of commitment. But I do make heads. I can make heads for people, and I can sell heads, because people can be like, okay, my head is this big, and I'm like, okay, I can just make a head that big. And if it doesn't fit them, it's a cool prop. So I guess I'll do. Like head commissions don't really scare me, but body commissions are something I don't really want to do right now.
Okay, and how much does it cost to make a full costume?
Depending on the complexity, Springtrap took about, I'm gonna say $600 to make, 600, and that's with sponsored people too. So if I'd probably say bring it up to like $800 if it wasn't sponsored. So it's very expensive, especially at my level now. But it's worth it. It's fun, and that's why I do commissions, so I can get the money back to make my own stuff.
And how much does it cost a commission? Like, how much do you?
Like if it were just a head, depending on the complexity, if it's 3D printed, usually 3D printed heads cost they cost around $300 to produce, at least for what I use. So I have to sell them for about $700, because I spend hours and hours and hours, and if I were to charge at least like a job, like $10 an hour, it total up really quickly. So I try to at least I get an idea of what I want the actual budget of the head to be, and then I add whatever amount of hours I spend on it. And if I do like extra things like airbrushing or whatever, extra money, added to the price. But I guess commissions usually cost around that much. Like heads at least. Props usually cost a bit less, so I sell them for like $250 usually, but they're still pretty expensive to make.
Okay. And you also draw. Oh, I understand you draw.
Wait, what? Draw? Oh, yeah, I draw. I draw sometimes. I'm not exactly the best artist. I'm more of a cartoonist. Not really the best cartoonist either. But I draw Sonic a lot. I draw my my mascot Sauce Bear a lot. I don't know. I draw sometimes. I don't really talk about it that much, but for people that commission me, or not commission me, but donate on my Ko-Fi or whatever, I'll draw them stuff. So that's kind of what I do. I draw sometimes.
And may I ask why do you have that name?
What, Sauce Bear?
Yeah.
So he was originally a Freddy Fazbear clone, like a recolor, and I was like, this is kind of stupid. So I made him more cartoony. He's mostly inspired by, if you know the cartoon My Life as a Teenage Robot, He's inspired by the main character, Jenny Wakeman. So, you know, I tried to get rid of the name Sauce Bear and just change it to Sauce or another name, but Sauce Bear works because it's kind of like a cartoony name, like, oh, you know, he's not just Sauce, he's Sauce Bear because he's a bear. So, you know, like a funny first and last name. But you know, I guess it started off as a FNAF thing, and he's still a bear, and he's still got his top hat or whatever. But you know, I don't really like to consider him a Five Nights at Freddy's thing at this point.
Okay. And you already told us that you can't answer exactly with which tips to give, but how do you recommend people to start in cosplay?
So starting off in cosplay, I recommend, depending on what you want to do, I know a lot of people that like my stuff are Five Nights at Freddy's fans. If you want to make FNAF stuff, go look at Fursuit tutorials. Go see what furries do. Go be part of that community. Figure out what they do and how they do it. You'll learn a lot like that. A few YouTubers, some of my friends, Andy Matronic, she's super cool. Who else? She's the biggest one I know, I think. I know a lot of my fans are also fans of her, as they should be, because I grew up being a fan of her, and we're friends now. So, yeah, I guess just look at YouTube, really. If you want to figure out what to do, if you want to build armor, look up how to make fake EVA foam armor. If you want to build, you know, animatronics, look up how to make animatronics. It's not that hard, and you'll learn pretty quickly or catch on. You know, everything's online nowadays, so you can find anything you want.
Thanks. How does it feel that you already have like 80,000? 80,000?
80,000? I honestly, it hasn't hit me yet. It honestly hasn't hit me yet, because I grew up wanting to be a plush tuber, and I made plush videos, and then I wanted to do Five Nights at Freddy's toy reviews, and I tried to do that, and I failed. And then I started making cosplays, and it still didn't do very good. And then only recently, okay, so I skipped the part where I wanted to be an animator, but I also wanted to be an animator, and I made an animation called Sonic vs. Sans, which is still on my YouTube channel, because I get monetization from that video, and people still watch it. And it's a part of my past I don't want to forget, because it's a funny thing. But I made that, and that was my first thing that blew up. That one got me, I got like 1 million views, and it got me like 7,000 subscribers. And I started off from there, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I never grew much from there. And then I started uploading, I guess, videos of Springtrap, and Springtrap blew up, and now I have 80,000 subscribers. They literally came out of nowhere, and I appreciate them. And I needed to start making more YouTube stuff for them. But, you know, it just kind of happened. It's cool, it's awesome, but it just kind of happened.
Sounds crazy. How
It is.
things happen. Can you tell us a little bit more about your Pyro cosplay?
Kind of what?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Pyro?
Yeah, that
Pyro.
one.
From Team Fortress?
Mhm.
I mean, what is there to say? He's just Pyro. It's a dude in a gas suit, or not even a gas suit. I don't even know what it's called. It's just a suit. But he's from Team Fortress, and I really like the character Pyro, so I was like, I'm gonna make a costume of him. So I got I think it's called a work suit. It's like a full body kind of suit. I got patterns for that, and then I made it out of vinyl, and that's how I made a suit. And then for the head, I got one of those Spider-Man face plates, and I got one of those. It's like a mask that has like a zipper on the back, and I just, you know, I put it over that, and I made the goggles or whatever and everything on it. I mean, I don't really know what to say. He's just Pyro. I mean, it's fun to play him. I'm gonna make some content of him soon.
And the flamethrower, how did you make it?
So a flamethrower is a big PVC pipe, some EVA foam, and that's really it. Just, you know, pieces of EVA foam kind of curled together to make whatever shapes, like the cones, and the big gas canister on the bottom is just 2 big styrofoam balls cut in half, and then they just put a big piece of foam in the middle to make it look like a big gas tank. So it's super lightweight. It's just a bunch of just pipes and stuff put together, painted, and EVA foam to make the accents. You know, fun process.
Did you actually broke it?
I did break it. I'm sure you'll be referencing the video of where my friend said I broke my flamethrower. I did break it. We didn't get it on video. Basically, I was doing a public thing where we were standing there in line waiting for some food, and I did this, and I just dropped it in front of him because I was like, oh, what the hell, man. And it broke, and then Jacob was like, dude, my friend Jacob, that's the guy who was scout, he was like, it broke, and I was like, oh man, it was funny though, and he was like, yeah, it was funny. Wish we had got it on video, but we didn't. So yeah, it did break, but I fixed it. It's fine now.
Oh, cool! Because I loved it. It seems really cool.
Yeah, thank you. It did come out really cool. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it did. So you also sew.
So what?
You also know how to sew.
So yes. I do know how to sew. I learned it from my grandma. She taught me how to machine sew, and I just learned how to sew. I mean, not much to explain. I also watched YouTube videos on it, and that's how I got better at sewing. That's how everybody learns nowadays, and fair.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so to finish the interview, to wrap everything up, where can we find you?
So you can find my YouTube channel, The Regular Sauce, DA Regular Sauce. My Instagram is Regular Sauce, but if you just look up DA Regular Sauce on Instagram, you'll find me. Twitter, same thing, The Regular Sauce. What else do I have? Those are really the main things I have. There's really much else that I'm like trying to plug.
Etsy?
From there, you can find whatever I'm selling or whatever I'm making. You can see whatever I'm doing. I do live streams sometimes on Instagram. I might do live streams on Twitch in the future, maybe. I don't know. It depends on how I feel.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm not really sure yet, but we'll see. But yeah, like I said, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, it's all under DA Regular Sauce.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me for the interview. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you for reaching out to me and having I guess interviewing me. It's always fun to do these kind of things because not many people actually get to hear what goes on inside my extremely crazy brain. But I appreciate it, and hopefully anybody that watches this at least got something out of it.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it.
There's a lot of things that go on in what I do.
Yes. So thank you all for watching it, and I'll see you later. Bye.